Well, our cars are gone. 7 days impounded. See what they say when he gets back over here. Took everything off the car because he already told me he was taking it. And yeah, it's not how the night was supposed to turn out. They're saying we were street racing. We were all in a line. There was 4 of us in a line. We were going over the speed limit, but definitely not street racing. So we'll see what he says when he gets back over here. So you can see here we got a nice big empty spot in the garage, which is the only good part of this whole thing. And I thought I'd just fill you guys in on what went down. Basically went out with a couple guys. Originally we were gonna go just take some photos. Went cruising down in the middle of nowhere. And not like we were going Fast and the Furious or anything, but we went cruising down and couple poles, that's all we got out. All of a sudden, lit up behind us. I guess we were cruising somewhere on the way there, and there was me and 3 other guys all in the Mustangs. So cops saw, group of Mustangs, figured, oh, these guys are up to no good, followed us down. And pretty much as soon as we did one pole, that was it. They were all over the place. So basically they came up. Cop was not too much of a jerk. He was actually pretty good. We got off pretty light. I'll go over that stuff in a minute. But they came up, just turn off the car, give us your keys. Car's going in the impound. Is what it is. Learned my lesson for the next time. But car's gone. 7 days. This was already a few days ago. Making this video now. I just busy with work and busy with everything else. So we get it back on Monday. Today is Friday. So 3 more days to go. And she'll be back in the garage, and other than a few fines and stuff like that, no big deal. My driving record is pretty good. They have nothing actually. The speeding tickets I've got have been so far in the past that they aren't even on their records anymore. I believe it's 5 years that they stay on the record. So, like he said, they even told me, oh, well, the guys I were with, not so much the same. They've had issues in the past, but he said, yeah, you have a clean record. We're surprised you're out here doing this. And I basically told him, like, I don't usually come out and race like that. I go out and do stuff on my own, but I'm not big going out and racing down the street with people. I don't know. On the highway, yeah, maybe you do a couple pulls where it's a higher speed limit, wide open, but this was a little back road, so not really huge into that. I don't have any of those videos on the channel or anything like that, but it is what it is. But we'll go over some of the stuff that goes down when you get the ticket, what they said, what I gotta do, and all that. The one good part about this, before getting into any of the court stuff and anything, is I did actually get off pretty lenient for what they claimed we were doing. Because around here, like basically what I got is I got an excessive speeding ticket, which here is 380 bucks Canadian. So you pay that, and then because I had no points or anything on my license, insurance and everything is fine. So between that and the impound fee, you're looking at just under $1,000, which, yeah, it's $1,000, but end of the day, for what you could get here, it's actually pretty lenient. I was talking to the cop after the fact, and he said, depending how the attitude of people are, you could get your excessive speeding, which is your ticket. You can get street racing, which they put us down for street racing, but it didn't actually add anything on. It's just, I actually got my photo taken. We're in a special street racing book here in Vancouver now, so I'm famous a bit. But the other thing they can do is you can get like driving without due care. You can do, there's a couple other ones. I don't remember what they are off the top of my head. But basically it can just rack up the tickets. You're looking at like, you know, $2,000 in fines plus your impound, and then your points on your license are like 10 plus, and 10 points on your license, you know, it'll up your insurance by double, if not more, for the year. So, and our insurance is already stupidly priced here. So, you know, if that happened, you would be really SOL. But I actually got off pretty lenient. That's why going to the court, we'll see. I'm still debating if I'm going to do that route or not, and if I should just, you know, suck it up, pay the fines, be careful for a while, or go in, try my luck, and see if I can save a few bucks, or maybe just get the whole thing thrown out altogether. But for now, I got a month. They give you a month, 30 days to figure it out. You can dispute it, but I'll think about it, and whatever comes of it, comes of it. All right, so I have two options that I can go. Well, the impound fee first, you have no say about that. They impounded the car, is what it is. But you have two options with the ticket. I can either just say, yep, 100% guilty, is what it is, this is what I did, pay all the fines. Only thing with that is my insurance is good. So what comes with the excessive speeding, because that's what I got, is 3 points on your license. But because my record is good, the 3 points, we actually get no insurance premiums added on or anything like that. It's just, now if I was to get, you know, even in the Pathfinder here, if I got a normal speeding ticket, it would put my points over that 3, and then you get, depending on how many points, you get premiums added on to your insurance. So 4 points is like 250 bucks, 5 is like 5 something, and it just goes up and up and up from there. So because it's on the record for 5 years, if I was to get another ticket now, it could put me over the 3, insurance and stuff would go up, which brings us to the second option, and that is to go to court and fight the ticket, which I'm not sure if I'll go that road or not. I'm not one of these people, oh, it wasn't me. I take responsibility for what I did. I told the cop that, yeah, I was out here messing around, is what it is, my fault, nobody else's. Nothing bad against the cops, they're just doing their job, that's what they're there for. But at the end of the day, the way it works here anyway, is if you go to court and they don't show up, the ticket is just thrown out. And usually, even if they do show up, they might be a little bit lenient on you. Like I said, this is the first time I've ever been busted for something like this, so they could drop it to a lesser ticket, which you don't have as many points or anything like that, and then I won't have the hassle of, you know, having to worry about getting even just a minor speeding ticket or anything could screw me over now. So that's kind of where I'm leaning now, in between the two, but we'll see what goes from there. And then as for license, didn't lose the license or anything. It's really, you just pay us fines, pay us bigger fines, and they don't really give a you know what about the actual racing. They just want their money, in my opinion anyways. That's how the system kind of works. I know a lot of people around here have been just saying like, hey, well, what the heck, right? Because there are the people that are out there every weekend that are going to cause accidents and just mommy and daddy's money kind of thing for insurance, so they don't care. And it is the same as like our situation. Somebody who might just make one mistake, get busted, you are getting dinged the same as somebody who's out there every weekend pretending they're on Fast and the Furious. So one of the reasons I might bring it to court is just because of the whole situation where we were on a back road, 2 lanes, one way, one the other way, just a little tiny back road. and they said we were excessive speeding, which there was 4 of us. We weren't street racing, we were all in a line. We were going fast, obviously, faster than the speed limit, but they considered it as street racing, even though we're all one behind the other, just because of the speed we were going, I guess. But the thing is, they didn't use radar or anything. They were just pacing us, which in the court might be a little bit harder to justify because, like I said, there's 4 of us. They were way behind us because they pulled out of somewhere, but they were way back there. And they couldn't really, in my opinion, pace properly. Maybe the guy in the back, but the ones up front, which were me and one other guy, were the ones that were street racing. They were saying how fast we were going and all that. I'm not going to say anything on here. YouTube is everywhere, so I don't want something to come and bite me in the butt. But they were saying how fast we were going, and in my opinion, they wouldn't even be able to see my car. They know we were all there because they were following us for a bit. But there's no way that they would be able to tell how fast even the front 3 cars were going with the guy in the back. It was pitch black. This was in the middle of the night. We all got black cars. Where we were, like I said, middle of nowhere. There's no street lights or anything like that. You could see in the video where I pulled over, that's actually a couple blocks down. We just turned onto the side road there. It's a little industrial area, so it was a bit lit up compared to the rest. But where they actually said we were racing, there's nothing. And it's also uphill. If you're going to go and race one of your friends, why are you going to race somewhere that's going uphill, double solid line, everywhere like that? So a little bit iffy with the information like that. But worst case, if I go to court, the guy shows up, everything, nope, you lose, everything just stays the same. I pay the ticket, pay the fines, go on with my life. Best case, nobody shows up, then the court has no option but to just throw out the ticket, and it's basically voided as if nothing ever happened. And anything in the middle, show up, cop says, you know what, you're not a bad driver, you haven't had any issues, we'll drop it down to just your average speeding ticket or whatever, and then points and everything like that don't matter, and we can go on from there. But yeah, that's about it, guys. That's been my excitement for the last couple of days here. Got no car, 3 more days. I did piss off the cop a little bit because wait till after all the ticket. Don't piss them off right away. Once they write you your tickets, they can't come back and change it and go, oh, now you're super excessive speeding and all this and that. But what ended up happening is they try to guilt trip you. So he said, well, we're taking your car. Like, how are you going to get to work? I'm sure your boss is not going to like you not coming into work for a week. And then I just kind of smirked at him and I said, well, I got the Pathfinder at home. I'll just take my other car to work for a week. It's no big deal. I'll come and get my car out of the impound on Monday and go on from there. And you could see like it kind of irked him a little bit, like, oh man, I feel like an idiot now. But like I said, just they do try to intimidate you a bit. I'm sure it's part of the job. They want to try to scare everybody into, oh my God, I might run into a cop. I don't want any problems, blah, blah, blah. Don't let them do that. Just be polite. They're doing their job. And if they want to have little smart ass comments, you're more than welcome to give them a little smart ass comment back. But I know that kind of made him do a little snarl and walk away, but is what it is. That's how it goes.